Alright, welcome everyone. Today we're going to be watching the Capcom E3 event, but before that I wanted to take a look at this little video for Halo. Halo Infinite's new multiplayer, so we're going to check out that. Let me just lower this, and let's get the video up and running. Here we go. Let's watch this.
Just the feeling of like being in a firefight and hearing the click of the gun, throwing it down, grabbing one off the wall.
My gunner's upside down and he's like laying in. I see kill assist, kill assist, kill assist.
Any pistol across any of the games. Whatever gun allows me to feel the most like John Wick, I am there.
And remember how excited I was with like this big combat with vehicles going all over the place.
Halo means something different for everyone, right? I think that's what makes Halo great.
I'm liking these new armor designs.
Well, what is Halo multiplayer? And for me, it boils down to this tight arena style combat and big team battle, this wide open vehicle infused kind of combat. We're taking that awesome legacy or classic Halo combat experience and modernizing it in ways that'll feel fresh to old players and really exciting to new players. We're gonna give you great ways to customize your Spartan, really make your super soldier your own, and we're kicking off a journey, an experience that's gonna evolve month to month, season to season, year after year.
For me, working through this multiplayer of this game, and the toughest challenge I think was really about how do we respect the legacy of what came before us, but still build something that feels new.
We've tried to bring all these elements of legacy and really inject them into Halo Infinite, not just like in a way where you kind of won't notice it, where you feel like, oh, they really designed this to be a celebration of previous Halo, as well as an iteration of where Halo can go next.
Graphically speaking, it's looking good. Gameplay can only be decided when you're actually playing it, you know?
Fair. It was all about earning everything on the map, earning everything, every kill you get.
Going back to like what is the core foundation of what made the great Halo multiplayer arena matches great. Halo, it's really about fair and balanced starts, so everybody's on equal footing when they come off the rip. And then once they start running around, it's about scavenging, it's about finding new toys and kind of developing your playstyle as you run through the match.
What makes Halo feel like Halo? I feel like the answer to that question is the sandbox. Like the sandbox is Halo.
That's what I like to hear.
To look at Halo Infinite from a high level and the direction of what it is, there's lots of exciting things there because we really wanted to push what are the things that are true to Halo, but what are the things that fans haven't seen yet.
Equipment is back, but equipment is kind of
I do like that element of like you can grapple hook the weapon and bring it to you.
We asked questions to ourselves of if you could go after, a power weapon to get a bunch of kills, would you do that, or could you go and get grapple to make sure that you swing yourself to the other side?
Oh, so grappling is a pickup on the map that you have to get.
Another avenue of not just skill expression, but tactics for teams to coordinate around.
The exciting combinatory nature of this toy plus this toy and how those interact with objectives is super amazing.
Looking at how the power
this does fill me with a little bit more confidence about Halo.
For this title,
at least the multiplayer.
What we're excited for is you pick that up and you choose when you activate it. It goes into your inventory. If you haven't used it and someone kills you in multiplayer, you drop that overshield and then they could take it, use it for themselves. That to me is very legacy, but we took the equipment side of it and modernized it. When it comes to the vehicles, we went in and decided to invest a lot in the systems. When I take damage in my Warthog, my wheels can get blown off, my hood can get blown off. There's different aspects of the vehicle that change how my vehicle handles now. And that's something that's brand new.
The other thing we added to that is like this doomsday mechanic. So when you hit this threshold, the vehicle catches fire, and it's very much, you've got a certain amount of health or a certain amount of time, and you gotta choose what you wanna do with the last minutes of this vehicle.
We've got a cousin to the Warthog, which is the Razorback.
The back has this like multi-storage compartment that you can put a lot of stuff into. So if you want to put like detached turrets, power weapons, fusion coils, objectives, and that is what really making the Razorback kick a lot of butt in MP and campaign.
The levels define pace for the game, how frantic it is, and they define that iconic fantasy for players as they're entering that match. What do they want to do? What type of experience are they hoping to have? What kind of combat, what kind of dance floor is there available to have that combat in?
For me, BTV is all about experiencing the full extent of the sandbox of Halo in just one match, right? Like you see the vehicles, the weapons, the equipment.
We really wanted to take that kind of concept, those feels you had, you know, playing the previous games, and just turn the volume up. Vehicles are no longer just spawning at bases anymore. We have Pelicans delivering them, and we have a commander in your ear telling you that Pelicans are going to be dropping off these vehicles.
Scorpion tank is inbound.
We have Halo 2 style Delta Halo mission weapon pods that fall from the sky to resupply the field.
That's where it makes it feel like a real battlefield, and it's very exciting.
This is not just more players, this is just this certain beautiful slice of sci-fi chaos.
The announcer is your big gameplay moments, your game modes, just like the way it was before. Personal AI is really a reflection.
And they're bringing back the older game modes. Thank God.
So if a player grabs a flag, your personal AI is going to tell you to, get that thing back to base and give you some like moment-to-moment updates.
Our team took the enemy flag.
What if we can let players choose their own AI, and each one of those are different
Player
voices,
AI,
so that
huh?
players can find the one that fits their personality and their mood the best?
They add the sense of like me as a
Oh,
Spartan
so everyone
being
has their own
more
AI.
important, and for us in multiplayer, it is really about becoming a Spartan. Your Spartan. You are you inside of the Halo universe.
The body of customization content that we have on day one ensures that there will be millions of customization combinations for Spartans on the battlefield. That includes things like armor coatings, armor emblems, various armor effects, down to the individual armor pieces. So your shoulders, your gloves, your knee pads, your helmet, your visor, your helmet attachments. Then you look at weapons, and we've got a whole slew of customization offerings there. Vehicles have a huge pool of customizations too. We support customization in the game. Players can do the same thing on HaloWaypoint.com as well as the Halo Waypoint app.
The player also customizes the Spartan, the soldier inside the suit. We want the Spartan to represent the player as much as possible. They can change their body type and their voice, as well as choose prosthetics for the first time.
Coatings offer us a unique opportunity to craft some hyper-polished looks and let you express yourselves in ways you've never been able to before. So we're coming at this from a player-first mentality. So what that means is that there's no random loot in this. There's no loot boxes. It's very important to us that everyone understands exactly how they unlock customization content. And we have a variety of places where they can do that. First off is the Battle Pass.
The Halo Battle Pass will never be taken away from you. And what I mean by that is once you buy it, it's yours and does not expire. In future seasons, you can purchase old Battle Passes as well as the current Battle Pass and choose which Battle Pass to put your progression towards.
All of these rewards are single source, so you're never going to be confused about where things come from. If you can unlock something in the Battle Pass, we're not going to let any other players circumvent that by purchasing it out of the storefront.
A lot of our stuff is unlocked through playing the game and only through playing the game. All customization is just cosmetic.
Every season will have its own theme and introduce new components, new looks, new gameplay for players, new opportunities to earn and collect cool rewards. We've seen the Samurai already. That's one of our event armor cores, and that's going to be something that players can earn through gameplay for free.
With us going free to play for the multiplayer part of the game, like that was a big goal because, how do we have a way we can always bring players in, right? And they can, when we have a new update, they'll just dip their toes in if they even just want to see it.
Not only are we free to play, but we're free to play on PC as well as console. And what that means is we're able to get the biggest audience we've ever had. Everybody gets to play with no barriers. And even better, your progression carries from one platform to the next.
Getting our game to be
That's
on
pretty
PC
good,
and console at the same time is an amazing chance for us to really just kind of excite new players about the game. How can we do things like make cross-play interesting, and like even in just customs, being able to just play with your friends. That like some people have PCs and some people have consoles, and like let them talk to each other, let them be friends.
Why are you here?
To be a Spartan.
The Academy is a place that you can go with an MP to kind of onboard into the experience. It's great for newer players who are still picking up the controls, and also people who want to warm up before they head into matchmaking. It's a series of experiences, both a tutorial to get started for the first time, weapon drills to practice with specific items, and also training mode that you can use to just get warm, explore the game as you want to.
For players who are new to Halo, let's help them learn what this universe is about. Some of these characters, what are they about? And help them kind of know the vocabulary that people have been speaking for now almost 20 years, so that when they come in there, they don't feel like they're behind everyone else. They can kind of come in on an even footing.
I mean, I'm super jazzed about bots. I think they're awesome. Our goal with bots has been to have a variety of difficulties that kind of provide a good training partner for wherever you're at in the experience.
Partnering with our players on the road to launch and after launch is absolutely critical, right?
I mean, Halo's always been about the community conversation.
We want to make sure we hear our players, make changes where we can based on that feedback, make sure the game is ready for launch, and then even beyond launch.
What I'm genuinely excited about is taking the game out of our hands and putting it into the community's hands. You know, whether it's seeing what people make in Forge or the content that they're able to create with theater, watching streamers
Forge
go
is
after the game.
To get involved, you go to haloinsider.com, put in your info.
It seems
with
like
your
they're
gamer tag,
taking a lot of
and
good
we should be able to
steps.
reach out to you if we want to invite you to a Halo Infinite flight.
It just looks like they're taking a lot of good steps to actually making an actual
And
good
this isn't
experience
gonna be
for the
something that is
fans of
just a static
Halo.
set of
And
items. We have some new stuff in the works already.
it just looks like
and
everything's
just
coming
can't wait
together
to really
well,
get into
whereas
that
in the
as
past it
soon
all
as this
looked
game comes
messy
out.
and
New maps, new modes,
it
new ways to customize.
wasn't
Spartan
really thought out
launches
well. Whereas
just
this
in.
one feels
Now
like
we're
it's
just
been
gonna be able
thought
to
out.
talk, interact
They're
more
bringing in
frequently. And
older
that's just gonna
team
be
members from
great. That is
Bungie.
the future of
They're
Halo
getting the
Infinite
style
multiplayer.
down,
Thank you
they're
to the
getting the
community for
gameplay
all
down,
their
they're
feedback over the
understanding what the
years so
core
far.
of it's all about. So I'm
looking
hoping
forward to the road to launch,
that
launch itself,
this is
and
gonna
beyond.
be really fun for a lot of people, and I'm gonna be playing it. And I hope it can keep my attention. That was pretty good. Alright, so now we go over to the Capcom stream. Hold on, let me just click over to this, and I need to get up this one. Oh, there we. Alrighty. Here we are. So Capcom. I don't think we're gonna hear anything really much about Resident Evil, considering they just dropped Village. We might hear some news about maybe either a new Devil May Cry or something else along with the Devil May Cry franchise. But who really knows? In terms of fighting games, I don't think we're going to hear much about Street Fighter 6. Maybe they might even drop a trailer, but considering they still have characters that are coming out for Street Fighter 5, I can't see 6 appearing just yet. Maybe, but with any of the other fighting franchises, maybe Marvel, or maybe even, this might be crazy, Darkstalkers, School Rumble and stuff like that. You know, maybe they might delve a little bit deeper into their back catalogue and bring something back to life, you know, just to get the people like excited again. So that's what I'm hoping we're gonna hear some wild words, but apparently this is only like 30 minutes, so not a lot's gonna be probably shown. Probably they're gonna be focusing on like 1 or 2 things, or maybe 3, but like it's going to be interesting to see what they're bringing to the table. And I'm a big Capcom fan, and I'm excited to see what they had, like, if it's, I don't know, Mega Man, Resident Evil, Devil May Cry, you know, Street Fighter, Darkstalkers, or anything else really, anything under their umbrella. I'm a fan of, and I'm excited. I wanna see what they're bringing. So let's see this. All right, here we go. Come on, Capcom. I hear sounds, but the image hasn't changed. Oh, there we go. Ooh, look how shiny. Busting out that good shit, son.
Welcome to the Capcom E3 Showcase. I'm your host, Rachel Querico, aka Seltzer, and I'll be your guide as we walk through the latest releases, news, and updates from Capcom. We'll hear from the Resident Evil Village team, share some news from the world of Monster Hunter, and get the latest on Ace Attorney. Then we'll wrap up with some updates from our friends.
Seems like they're having some problems.
So what are we waiting for?
Also, Ace Attorney, Resident Evil Village, and Capcom Fighters. Okay, that's what we're getting today.
Pioneer the latest and greatest in survival horror.
She seems very excited.
The team has been blown away by the response to Resident Evil Village, which launched last month. It brought the world another chapter in this decades-long story as the franchise celebrates its 25th anniversary this year. I'm honored to be able to introduce Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village, with a special message for the fans.
Okay, just a message. I still have yet to play the game. I want to, but like, you know, when you're broke, you're broke.
Where's Rose? She's everything to me.
I hope this doesn't contain spoilers. I really don't need any.
It's time you left things in my hands. Go on, rest now.
Village.
Hi everyone, my name is Tsuyoshi Kanda, producer on Resident Evil Village. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank everyone who's played since we launched the game in May. We hope you're enjoying this new chapter in survival horror. As a reminder, everyone who purchases Resident Evil Village will gain free access to our online multiplayer title, Resident Evil Re:Verse, where players go head-to-head with their favorite Resident Evil heroes and bioweapons. I'm now happy to announce that Resident Evil Re:Verse will go live next month across all.
Oh, I thought it was already live.
So head into the fray to celebrate the Resident Evil 25th anniversary.
Thank you, Kanda-san, for that wonderful update. Next up, some long-awaited news from the world of Monster Hunter. Whether it's adventuring alongside monsters or battling them with friends, we've got something for you. First, let's dive into the brand new story-based RPG entry to the series, Monster Hunter Stories 2: Wings of Ruin.
I like myself in RPG, but what is going on? It looks like the sound is not entirely right, or they're just reusing footage and silencing it.
This was his fate. Red may have been strong and skilled, but against the awesome power of nature, he was merely a man. He never stood a chance.
All around, things just kept getting worse. But I heard that Guardian Ratha had survived and returned to Hekolu Island. I went there to see Red's old monster again. Then, of course, that's when I met you.
You were given Red's kinship stone, and now a Rathalos egg. This is destiny.
This is the legendary monster, Ray's Wing Ratha, the monster with the wings of ruin.
It's said that a beat of its wings can bring about waves of destruction.
Many people believe there's a connection between the strange happenings and the wings of ruin. The pits are appearing everywhere, and they're emitting a strange light.
Oh. It's looking like it's a turn-based then.
What's this whole idea of forming kinship with monsters? How do you control them?
It's not about control. Monsters help riders of their own will. And the bonds between monsters and riders are just like your bond with Tsukino.
What kind of power does Ratha really have? Why are all of these pits appearing? And who are those people who want to take Ratha for themselves? All I have are questions.
If there's worry or doubt in your voice, Ratha will become anxious too. He needs to know that you will protect him no matter what.
I can sense the flames of his life force weakening. The burden of such great power is too much for his body to bear.
Man, they really be giving Monster Hunter a story out here.
A voice. Can you hear it?
Oh, it was all just about hunting the monsters, making some sick-ass gear.
You can groove with fellow humans.
They have the power of kinship. They're friends. They're monsties. Humans carry the strength of everyone they meet. That makes them strong. My friends here taught me that. I believe in the strength of humanity.
The power of friendship, the power of humanity will save us all. Well, you know, RPGs, you know. Oh. There's the Monster Hunter Rise crossover. Oh, okay. And yep, there's all the details I think we got before. With all the costumes and stuff you can get. I guess Monster Hunter has really become like really big since Monster Hunter World, you know, dropped. Like when was that?
Looks
2019,
pretty epic, right? And how about that announcement?
Yeah, it
the
was
canine
2019.
companion Palamute from Monster Hunter Rise will be joining Monster Hunter Stories 2 as one of the new monsties in the first free title update coming soon
Is
after
she
the
wearing
game's
Claire's
release.
jacket?
You can get an early peek at the game with the Monster Hunter Stories 2
Maybe
Wings
it's
of
just a
Ruin trial
coincidence.
version, starting on June 25th, which also carries your progress over to the full game release just a few weeks later on July 9th. That's not the only way to join the hunt. Millions of you made Monster Hunter Rise a huge success earlier this year, and we have even more content coming, including a new collaboration on the Rise. Let's find out more.
Oh wow. On the Rise, wow, that's very clever. Bravo. I kind of want to get this game. I was playing a demo. It was fucking fun as hell. But you know, it comes to that point where you want to play with your friends, and I don't think any of my friends have Monster Hunter Rise, so it's just like, yeah.
I have a good feeling. What will it be? Moon's blessing emerge.
Just more like, ah, yeah, you can do this and this. You can put on this sick ass costume of these characters from this game you're totally gonna love. Well, the Palico is pretty cute, so, you know. Ooh. Downloadable event quest, huh? Play possum, what? What? Okay. More costumes and stuff.
My second home. You think you can take on Rondine?
Oh wow. They're going full on Capcom. Oh, they're gonna try and sell me a fucking Nether jacket, like from Devil May Cry. You can buy Dante's jacket for $9,000.
And the launch of Monster Hunter Stories 2 this summer. We can't wait to hear about your own stories of adventure. Well, that's not the only thing Capcom has in store for us this July. Fans of Phoenix Wright will have new chapters to explore with the release of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
Ooh.
North American and European future attorneys will finally be able to get their hands on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures and the Great Ace Attorney 2 Resolve, which were previously only available in Japan.
As always.
You'll travel back in time to the late 19th century Japan and London to play as Ryunosuke Naruhodo, Phoenix Wright's ancestor, in this action-packed prequel. Now, let's hear more about the story.
That'll be pretty cool.
So then, let us unravel this mystery.
Welcome to the center of the world.
Then after this, I think we should be getting some like fighting game news.
This country is incredible. I will become a lawyer.
I think.
have to.
So then, let us unravel this mystery and discover what events led to this curious murder. Who are you? Herlock shows.
Oh my god.
We must solve this case, Naruhodo-san.
Let us engage in the art of deduction, Mr. Naruhodo.
Get your bootleg Sherlock Holmes.
It would seem the truth is now tantalizingly close.
The defense demands its right to a cross-examination.
Oh look, he's got his katana too. He's styling, he's
Your
profiling.
testimony completely contradicts the facts.
Objection! My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage!
Ooh.
You're the best lawyer in the world.
Alright, come on, show me those special editions.
So we have 10 new cases and 8 mini escapades where you can take on the role of a defense attorney. Now, we all want to see some gameplay, right? Let's take a closer first look at 2 gameplay features new to the franchise in the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles: Dance of Deduction and
Ooh.
Summation Examination.
Dance of Seduction, huh?
Hello, I'm Jonathan, Capcom's marketing brand manager for the Great Ace Attorney
Oh
Chronicles.
hey there, Johnny boy.
So this is the capital of Great Britain.
Where to?
The Supreme Court in Whitehall, if you wouldn't mind.
The Capcom team is thrilled to present 2 new gameplay features, Dance of Deduction and Summation Examination, coming to the Ace Attorney series.
Do you have to seduce the judge? That would be great, wouldn't it?
While investigating
Like
your client's innocence,
a pole just
players will come
arises from the
across
ground and you
conspicuous
have
situations that require further
to win the case, you gotta, you know,
Susato,
bust some
and
moves on the
brilliant
pole to
deduction
get
from
that
Detective
judge's
Sherlock.
blood pumping.
Herlock will proceed to present his logic and reasoning spectacular, a grandiose yet flawed series of conjectures.
Oh, is this guy meant to be like the shit version of Sherlock Holmes, where he gets everything fucking wrong? Or maybe he's right, but his like method is fucking wrong, and he's like he doesn't take things into consideration. He just kind of like just goes straight to like, you know, oh, you have this, so this must mean you're this, you know.
Ryunosuke and Susato will then discuss to correct the flaws in Herlock's deductions. At this point, players will be prompted to search for clues that help identify the errors in the detective's logic and reveal the truth to the mystery.
Just scanning this human being, just walking all around them and looking at them, and just like, is this happening in real time? Does he just stand there still as a statue, allowing them to just look around him like, oh, look at this, analyze him, treat him like he's just an object? Wow. A ballerina on the run.
In courtroom battles, players will attempt to convince 6 jurors of the innocence of their client. Their progress will be displayed and represented by 2 scales of justice, one black, representing a guilty verdict, and one white, representing a not guilty verdict.
Objection!
In summation examination, take the stand to face off against the jurors, all of whom provide explanations as to why they've reached their guilty verdict.
You'll have to identify conflicting statements and sway the jury in your favor. Examine each statement carefully and select 2 contradicting jurors.
It looks like it's going to be really interesting to, you know, juggle all this information and try and use it to your advantage.
Objection!
Be ready to provide evidence from the court record to help prove the contradiction in their claims. When you successfully point out one of these contradictions among the jurors, you might just change their minds, too. With a slam of their fist, each juror you persuade will send a fiery ball towards the scales above and literally tip the scales of justice in your favor. Bring each contradiction to light and persuade the jury to help.
They should do that in real life. Just have a giant scale with like fire that like the jurors have to put a weight on to see what side they, you know, they think either you're guilty or you're innocent.
Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. We're very excited to get
It'd just be really cool.
fans and diehard fans alike. Thanks for watching.
It already seems like I have a bunch of games to catch up on. There are some exciting new adventures and titles to look forward to. Well, that's a look at the new premieres from Capcom, but what about esports? Let's close out today's showcase with a few words from 2 of the stars of Capcom Fighters,
I guess
Rob
it's an
TV
esport.
and Vicious. They'll tell us
Oh, we're
what's
not
been
getting
going on
any
with
new
Capcom
fighters?
Esports, including updates on the Capcom Pro Tour, Intel World Open, Street Fighter League, and all the other content on Capcom Fighters.
I
Over
can't.
to you guys.
I was kind of hoping maybe, you know, we hear some news about like a new School Rumble or Dark Stalkers or even fucking Red Earth or some shit. You know,
Welcome to the Capcom
something
Esports
new.
presentation for E3 2021. My name is Vicious, commentator for the Capcom Pro Tour as well as Street Fighter.
Because I don't think we're gonna hear about Street Fighter 6 anytime soon while the current season is still going on.
Rob TV. What's going on, Rob?
Oh my goodness, Vicious. Host extraordinaire. That just sounds beautiful. It has a ring to it. And I think that's the perfect word to describe what we have for everyone today. Street Fighter 5, Capcom E3.
For a second, I thought you had a Street Fighter chain.
Electricity in the air. Nice!
It's just his shirt.
There might be some people at home, Vicious, who don't fully know what competitive Street Fighter 5 is. The long and the short of it is this. We travel all around the world, state to state, country to country, and we try to bring our opponent's life bar from 100 all the way down to 0 and feel pretty goddamn good doing it.
That's right, Rob. If you think you're the best,
Okay, I don't care.
sign up for Capcom.
I don't care.
And become possibly
I just want to hear news about fucking new characters at least. I don't think we're gonna get a new game. No Marvel vs. Capcom. No School Rumble. No Dark Stalkers. At least give me some new characters.
That's not what's really at stake here. It's about making it to the granddaddy of them all, Capcom Cup.
So this is just their tournaments that they're gonna be holding.
So behind me, you can see in all of its glory the Capcom Pro Tour 2021 official
wow.
stage and set.
Get some
And
Red
that's
Bull.
a place that you are very, very familiar with.
That's right. We take all of our events and broadcast it live from this stage, and we check out all of the top competitors from each and every one of these regions. And speaking of, the Capcom Pro Tour has shaped up a lot. 2021, we have 32 events.
When is Akira coming out, I wonder? I forget. Is she already out? I can't even remember.
For players from around the world to get that ticket into Capcom Cup this season. I'm absolutely excited because, again, that is a big
Because, you know,
from what 2020 was.
how many characters do they have left for Street Fighter 5? I think it's 2.
Not only can you catch the Capcom Pro Tour
Or it could be
live on the
3.
Capcom Fighters channel, you can do so on a plethora
Maybe
of
even
platforms
4. I
like
don't even
Twitch,
fucking know anymore, yo.
and Facebook. Of course, if you don't catch it live, you can
Did
also check
Oro
out the
come
VODs
out?
for all the competitive studying you
I honestly, I haven't kept up. I have no idea.
Catching some of the community-focused content that we have on Capcom Fighters. We have No Neutral, the official pre-show of the Capcom Pro Tour. We have sets where we take players from around the world
Poison.
and play off in an exhibition first to 10. Not only that, actually, we do have Street Fighter League that's happened season after season, non-stop action, 6 teams of 3.
Alright guys, I think I've heard enough. Let's just keep the show rolling. Ah.
Street Fighter League is something that you don't want to miss because normally we only have 1v1 content. But now you actually have your teammates at your back, and every decision that you make is not just about you anymore.
Look for more news on Street Fighter League later this year. It's Oki time.
Like it's for people who like esports, and esports is just not my thing.
Let's not forget, the Intel World Opening is happening.
Like I don't get me wrong, I like fighting game like tournaments because of like the smack talk and all that sort of shit, and it's entertaining, but I'll never go out and just watch it or like, you know, put on the stream. I'll probably just watch one person go through it. You know, maybe it's like Maximilian Dude or Wooly from Wooly Versus or something like that. Like, I wouldn't watch it for like to actually watch the competition, because it's like, I would want to see it for like some crazy like fucking combos and sets, and just seeing like just the peak like performance of some of these guys. Like, so I'd only really watch it for the clips. You know, like I'll watch it like way afterwards once like the clips are out and see. But other than that, you know.
You guys tune in to see the tournament. You do not want to miss some of the best Street Fighter 5 players in the world compete head to head.
So I dare you to find better Street Fighter. I dare you.
This is a game about being a world warrior. Capcom tournament play. say they got a rivalry? I'm the best in the world.
This game has changed the lives of so many people here.
Oh, the pop-off! That's what I'm talking about. I told you it's gonna go to the limit, and I ain't lying to the people.
This is the ultimate Street Fighter V experience. This is Capcom Pro Tour.
Oh, so that's fairly
Thanks, guys.
close then.
It's been a really exciting season so far, and I can't wait to see how this plays out on the road to Capcom Cup. Remember to check out Capcom Fighters' Twitch and YouTube channels for more information and to watch the latest matches. So that's a wrap for Capcom at E3 this year. Let's recap what we all saw. Resident Evil Village is back with the latest installment of the survival
so I'm
horror
guessing this is
experience
it.
and RE-verse as part of the franchise's
Then yeah, I
25th
practically got
anniversary.
nothing from
We
this.
have new adventures to embark on in the world of Monster Hunter, with
Like
Monster
maybe I'll
Hunter
pick up
Stories 2,
Monster
Wings of
Hunter
Ruin,
Stories,
and Monster
maybe,
Hunter Rise.
because I like
And
myself a
don't
good
forget to go back in
RPG,
time
but
with the
like
great Ace
I
Attorney
already have a
novels.
fucking
Let's tap
backlog
into
of
the family
RPGs I have
history
to
of
get
Phoenix
through,
Wright and
so
solve new
it's
cases. Finally, don't miss out on the esports fun. Make sure you catch the latest matches with Capcom Fighters. There really is something for everyone here today. But don't go anywhere yet. Join the conversation on Twitter and make sure you check out the Capcom virtual booth on the E3 portal to watch all these videos again.
it would have been
and
good
more.
if we heard like
I'm
anything
Rachel
from like
Cuervo, aka Seltzer.
Devil
Thank
May
you for being part
Cry,
of the Capcom experience
Mega
at E3
Man,
this year.
anything. Resident Evil I understand because they literally just released the game, but you know, anything else or any other like, you know, like I think Ace Attorney was pretty interesting to see that, but like yeah. But it's understandable. Like they released like two big games. They released Monster Hunter Rise and Resident Evil Village. So I get it. I honestly do. And that's I mean, that's all they got for right now. So yeah, that wasn't too bad, you know. That was fairly interesting, you know. We got to see some stuff. But yeah, it was alright. It was alright, you know. It didn't excite me. Like I think so far for this entire E3, it hasn't really excited me. I think the only thing that's really got me off my chair is like the Elden Ring trailer, and that's just because of how long it's been since we actually saw anything from Elden Ring. So like if I was to rate this out of like most of the E3s I've watched, like I've been consistently watching E3 since 2011, or like actually no, I think it was even 2009 since I've been consistently watching. But like it's like it's alright, but it's definitely nowhere near as like 2015 or anything. I think we're really missing Sony this year. Sony like normally brings out the big guns, even though like for the past couple of years they haven't been bringing out the big guns in my opinion. You know, they've been kind of slacking, but like they used to bring out the big guns, get everyone fucking hyped and excited. And I think that's kind of a little bit what we're missing this year. But we still have Nintendo tomorrow, and we have Bandai Namco tomorrow. So we'll probably see a little bit more about Elden Ring. And for Nintendo, I think hopefully we're going to see something on Breath of the Wild 2. People have been speculating about a Switch Pro. They've been speculating since like the fucking Switch came out that there's going to be a Switch Pro. So right now I don't see any difference, but if they do announce something with that, that'll be interesting. I also will be I'm guessing it's going to be like the 3DS or the DS in that way, where each jump you're going to have a brand new games that can only work on that console and up. So I'm guessing the Switch will most people will either have to upgrade their Switch, or they might do the whole thing where, oh, okay, we'll keep working on like games to the base Switch that will work with the Switch Pro, and a Switch Pro will only allow it to have better performance. But it's all really to be determined. For games wise, for Nintendo, I'm obviously, like I said, Breath of the Wild 2. I think that's the one I'm probably most excited about. second by Bayonetta 3, but I don't think we're gonna see anything from Bayonetta 3, considering I think they said they weren't really, like, it's on the back burner right now for Platinum. So I can't see that coming. We still haven't heard really much news about Metroid Prime 4. It's kind of been just like ever since like I think they you know, took off the other developer on it and moved it back to the original developer. I think when was that, like, was that 2 years ago now, or is that like 1 year ago? I can't remember. But that's the sort of situation we're, you know, in right now. So I think Nintendo, I won't lie, most of the directs, they haven't been popping off recently, you know. It's been kind of like stale. They like it's not been like big, you know. Like, it's because they kind of disperse it out throughout the entire year. So I can't really say it's gonna be too exciting, but they might surprise us. They might have a brand new Mario game to go out, you know, or like something else, maybe Pikmin, or, you know, they might talk more about Zelda. And just see, hey, I don't want to sound crazy, but they might even talk about F-Zero. You know, that's still something. Come on, guys, please, new F-Zero, please. I don't know. Well, yeah. That's really it for this one. I guess I'll be back tomorrow, and we will take a look at Nintendo and Bandai Namco. And then I think afterwards, after I go through those two, I'll probably talk about the entire E3 as a whole, and see how it left. So far it's kind of been lukewarm. I think the best conference so far has been Xbox. I was initially thinking Square also kind of held a candle, but re-evaluating and rewatching some of the trailers, I just don't think it came close. I did end up finishing PC Gaming Show, and they showed off a bunch of indie games that, you know, were really up my alley, especially with the pixel art style, but in the 3D world, and with the lighting engine, like Octopath Traveler. So I do think that was pretty good, but right now Xbox is, I think, has been the best conference so far. But even still, I don't think there was anything from that was really mind-blowing. It's still kind of like, okay, it's kind of standard, you know. But yeah, hey, that's just how it is. Anyway, thanks for joining me today, and I'll be back tomorrow. And yeah, we'll watch the conferences and discuss E3. So see you guys later.